extended pantry and things that you have on hand, like cream and mushroom soup and a creamy chicken and mushroom soup. I'm trying to use all these up and then convert over to making my own. And when I home can that, I will definitely bring you along for that. So getting ready, I'm almost done going through this, but I've got some home canned chicken, and these were chickens that were ours that they stopped laying, and you're feeding pet chickens at that point. And so this is from our own chickens, beautiful yellow fat in there. Oh my gosh. I've got half of a sweet onion, a whole bundle of organic celery, so the bundles are a little smaller because they're organic, and some cremini mushrooms, all cut up here, delicious. A little jar, because I needed a big one, but all I had was a little jar of pimento, and pimento is different than a roasted red pepper. They're not the same. It's a different variety of peppers, so pimento lends a delicious flavor to almost anything. I love it. And it kind of takes me back to my childhood. I've also got some basmati rice, and we're going to go ahead and measure out a cup of basmati rice because this chicken and rice casserole is absolutely fantastic. And I don't want you guys to miss out. Okay, a healthy heaping cup is all you really need. And I've done this with brown rice. I've done it with a mixture of brown rice and quinoa. It's delicious no matter how you So first thing I'm going to do is take care of my chicken. And you know, it's in its own juices. I'm definitely going to utilize that. I just don't want all the fat that's in there. So we're going to go ahead and open the jar. And this is from 2012. Ooh, nice seal. Oh, it smells just like roasted chicken. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is absolutely fantastic. So I go ahead and get this into, and this is all the fat. You can save this fat. In fact, I think I'm just going to save it in another container because it's really not brothy. So all that beautiful yellow chicken fat, I'm going to go ahead and pour that into another container. I don't need all of it. You can cook with this, make dumplings. It makes probably the best dumplings on the planet. And now the fat's kind of floating to the top. When it gets cold, I'll put it in the refrigerator. When it gets cold, you can use it just like you would lard or anything else. So chicken fat is pretty useful. And so I'm going to go ahead and try to get this out of here. And we're going to bone it. And I can this bone on because homegrown chickens, their bones are pretty hard, and they really, they hold up just fine in the canner. And any gristly pieces, the dogs love it. And then we don't need it in our casserole. And I don't want to break up this meat extreme breaking, but I also keep a trash can right at my feet. I take it out from behind this, under the sink, and then that way all I do is drop the bones in there, and I've got gloves on. Okay, now that I've got the chicken all cut up the way I want and boned, gloves come off. This is the easy cleanup. This goes over somebody's doggy dinner tonight, and you could actually use a little bit of this animal fat in moderation, just like us, is okay for your animals. And this has some of that fat and the broth that the chicken created. That was a raw pack method that I did that chicken. So I'm just going to set that aside. And we're going to go ahead and get our cream of mushroom and cream of chicken and mushroom. And I can't wait to make my homemade version of it because I want to have my own home can, know what's in there. I read these labels and it's got stuff in there that they tell us not to can, but yet they do it. And I'm like, I've stepped over that line a few times and we're still here. It's delicious, so I'm ready to step past that and get to making my own. So I'm filling my can up half with half and half, and I'm going to use half water. And this is just my filtered water out of my kettle. It's not hot, but we're going to use that. And that's just to help get this all incorporated. As you can see, I've got this mixture all together, but I put it in a bigger bowl because I want to mix it in the bowl and then transfer it into baking dishes, if that makes sense. We're going to have one for us, and I'm going to take whatever's left, put it in maybe a little smaller casserole dish and take it to work for the girls. So it's hard for me to cook anything too small. So I've got my little pimentos, juice and all, put them down in there as well. I've still got my garbage right there. And we're going to go ahead and get our mushrooms, and that might be 2 cups of mushrooms, 2 cups of finely chopped celery, kind of everything uniform as far as size goes. The sweet onion, delicious. And I absolutely love celery, so you have to have it. Okay, so I've got my veggies in there. I'm going to go ahead and incorporate my rice. That's a cup of rice, uncooked. And you can use, like I said, whatever rice you want. And then we are going to put down our chicken and some of that fat and the brothy goodness. Now, you could certainly use chicken breast for this, and I almost pulled a can of my chicken breast out, and I thought, no, we need to see what dark meat looks like in a recipe as well. And before I get it all stirred up, we're going to do, this is a garlic seasoning, and if you guys have a Costco in your area, Johnny's garlic seasoning, it's very low sodium. I'm going to do a healthy, almost healthy, there we go, tablespoon and a half. It's very low sodium. I'm not adding any salt because of the soups that are in there. That's the other reason why I want to do my own. A good ½ teaspoon of cracked black pepper. And we're going to put in a tablespoon of dried parsley. You could use fresh if you want to. I think dry sometimes lends more flavor on a long cook like this. And then garnish it with fresh. Same with celery seed. I want a good, I'm going to go a teaspoon of that. And let's get this mixed in. Oh, it's going to be so good. And you want it pretty loose. So loose is okay because that rice has got to have something to absorb. And, ooh, it looks pretty already. All right. Into the casserole dish. Now I have sprayed this with some light cooking spray, and we're going to go ahead and put this in. Hopefully you can see it. No, it's going to fit perfect. Oh, I love it. You know what? What's going to happen then is we'll have dinner tonight, and whatever is left I'll take for the girls to have for lunch tomorrow, and I can have some for lunch, and I'll bring a salad, and oh, that's perfect. And this really is a nice size casserole. I think this is an 8 by 8. This is the lightweight Pyrex. Really lovely. So this is going to go into a 375-degree oven until it's bubbly and golden and everything is cooked through. The chicken's cooked, the veggies need to cook, and they're going to let off some water as well to the rice. And the rice is all the way cooked through, and I'll bring you back when it's all done and I can show you the end product. All right, guys, I'll be right back. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like up close before it goes in the oven and kind of give you an idea of the consistency. So you can see it's pretty loosey-goose, but it's going to tighten right up. So, and what an easy thing to put together. It literally took less than 15 minutes to do this whole thing. So I'm going to bring you back and let you know that 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes before this is done, you want to check and see if your liquid is absorbing enough. And if it's not, go ahead and add, you know, like I just added, and because it was a little bit too soupy, and I think it's because the chicken had a lot of moisture in there. You know, if you're draining the chicken completely, you wouldn't have that. But I added, how many ounces is this? 7 ounces. So not quite a cup of pre-cooked brown rice. You put this in the microwave. It's organic brown rice. Put it in the microwave for 90 seconds. Heat it through. And I mix that in. So we're adding something healthy. And then we're also going to add some cheese on top. And I love just a cheese blend. And you certainly could grate your own cheese. I keep this on hand and I usually grate my own. But, you know, it's a weeknight. So, weeknight pantry meal, we're using up what we've got. And last but not least, just to give it a little crispy topping, because I've kept this covered with parchment paper, we're going to take a little bit of Ritz cracker and crack that, you know, crumble those right over the top of the cheese. And it'll give a nice little crispy top for your casserole. And these come in little mini sleeves. You know, if you buy a box now, you can get the ones with the mini sleeves, which are great because I didn't need a whole big long sleeve, right? So we're going to go ahead and spread that out. Put this back in the oven. Rinse my hands. So we're going to put this back in the oven. I'm going to go ahead, spray a little bit of olive oil. And this was extra light olive oil. This pan is still piping hot, so we're going to go ahead and use some pot holders. Get it back in the oven. I'll be right back for a beautiful taste test. We're having this with some broccoli and a salad, so okay, I'll see you in a second. So guys, it's done. It's had a little bit of time to rest. I've got a salad, some broccoli, and sun-dried tomatoes that I steamed, and it's just going to be fantastic. A little cracked pepper, and we'll put the rest over the top of that. I don't care for a lot of salt in anything, so we're going to leave the salt out. And we're going to go ahead. Ooh, it's got a crispy topping, and that really only took 10 minutes to get that topping. So with the cheese and the Ritz crackers, I love that. Oh, look at that. Whew, that's a little hot. So proportionate wise, this is really a great portion size for a plate. And this is my husband's plate. This is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to take a little bite and tell you what I think, and then I'm going to let you go. I'll give you a close-up shot of this, and got that pig. Oh my gosh, we have that homegrown chicken, celery, cheese, onions, and those cream soups. Smells amazing. That is hands down delicious. I can tell you that this takes me back a little bit to my childhood. My mom did a lot of casseroles because she could make them ahead, and being a working mom, you know, I could put it in the oven. I started cooking, I remember being on a stool cooking at the stove. So I would just call her and say, I'm home from school, what do you want me to make for dinner? And usually I just decide. Just like now. Another bite. Crispy topping. That is fantastic. So the Ritz cracker gives it a little light crisp, and you've got that cheese in there. I highly recommend this. It was a winner in our book, and my husband's really going to enjoy this plate. And I'll make myself a really small plate with half that portion of casserole and a little bit of broccoli and some big salad. So As always, guys, I can't wait to see you next time. I hope if you like this video, you give me a thumbs up. And if you want to continue watching some of my From the Home Can Pantry videos, please leave a comment in the section below and let me know what you'd like to see next, and or give me some ideas of what to do. But I've got plenty of stuff up my sleeve, so if you don't have any ideas, I'll bring it to you. And go down in the About section and check out all the links that I've left for you. All right, guys, I can't